Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jordan Love, first start as the guy for the Packers going into Soldier Field. Have yourself a day. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. So before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you're looking for even more Quarterback School content, hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community. I appreciate your support. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. Jordan Love going into Soldier Field, getting a big win. Love this 3rd and 13 right here. Throw a little slant. Nice rhythm. Catch one step, all his cleats in the ground, put it on him. Let's go. So design-wise here, what I'm talking about is we are going to catch what I'm just going to call all slant. And so this idea being up, hit this little window. I think historically the Packers are as good as anybody on ripping these slants on 3rd and longish. I love this concept. Your fast guys are going towards your end zone. Catch it. It's not a stationary route where you're catching like a hitch. So you give your guy some time, put it right on him, go get it yourself, fall forward. That's a big first down on 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13, there's not a lot of great options. Love the rhythm of it. Again, watch the footwork here. So left foot, right foot, all his cleats in the ground, right on him, put it right on him. First down, let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 7, touchdown pass. This is some awesome pass protection. I'm not sure about the scheme here, what exactly we're trying to do. But this is great pass protection, nice patience. If anything, I would say Jordan Love almost makes this more difficult than it has to be by how he moves in the pocket here. But nice vision to be able to find him eventually on the back line. No. And you can see him kind of move to trouble. He ends up throwing a really nice weighted ball here to the number 1 at the bottom of the screen. But this looks like essentially he's trying to work this crosser. I mean, I don't have a lot of great options as far as what this is. This looks like a flat. This looks like he's getting to the back line where the touchdown ends up being. And really, he's kind of fortunate, in my opinion, because he's got him by leverage here. He just beats that safety across his face along the top of the logo. It looks like the maybe intent of this play is trying to hit this crosser right here, and it's just not there. And then we're able to kind of be in the same lane to be able to see that back line. And again, when I say things that maybe make the throw more difficult than it has to be, the pass protection is outstanding. Let's just stay at the launch point as opposed to hitching, and bringing ourselves to trouble. So just little things to pay attention to. It doesn't necessarily cause us issues here because we end up getting the touchdown. But I mean, where do you want the ball to go here? Top of his drop, where? The crosser? Maybe the return to the new number 1 up top? I don't know. There's not a lot of great options. And then here's the hitching up. Where are we trying to go with this thing? So maybe a little bit fortunate just with the scheme, how it sorts out, that we get a touchdown out of this because, man, the Bears do a decent job of being able to cover that thing up. Jordan Love just extends it and buys enough time because the pass pro is outstanding. Look at it. I mean, no one's around him. You can see here, this is what I'm talking about. When just watch the footwork here. Hitch up. And we're like, we're essentially throwing on the half run there for no reason. We just stay back there and throw the same ball from within the pocket. I think it's a cleaner look. Either way, nice start. Next one here, first of a few misses we're going to show. These misses to me are obviously, they're not as precise as I would love to see some of these things. But man, you got to appreciate the anticipation. So when I say precise, meaning he's not putting the ball exactly where he wants, and there could be a number of reasons why that's the case. One of which is we got a D tackle in our lap. But I love how he's even trying to throw these. So watch this throw at the top. He's throwing it right there. He's separated. You can see what I'm going to call the drift post up top. So this into this window. I love this anticipation. Okay? That's capital A. Outstanding. Now what I don't love is we've got the corner on inside leverage, which is going to make it tough, not impossible. If he puts this ball exactly where he wants, like they're on the exact same page, he's got a great opportunity for a hookup. The other thing I don't love, and I don't love this even more than the corner leverage, is we got color right in our face. That's really hard to play quarterback like that. So not only are we throwing with great anticipation here, but we're throwing with our dude in our face. So it's just a really nice job from Jordan Love. Yeah, it marks down as a nothing incompletion, but there's a lot to like about this type of play. To me, it shows he's decisive. He knows where the ball's supposed to go. Again, watch that zero nose. I mean, he's right in his lap. I mean, shoot, hands to the face right there. And you can see here the anticipation. He's letting that thing go before the receiver at the bottom corner is into it. Now, does he put it where he wants? No. That's the precision part. But the anticipation, love it. Next one, 3rd and 2. Another really nice, what I'm going to classify as an anticipation throw down here to the slot. Now, is it a completion? No. Is it precise with the ball location? No. Are there some things with the footwork that I'd like to clean up? Yes. And it's really close still. So concept-wise, for me, this is 3rd and 2-ish. We're going to come in here and run what I'm going to call as like a little whip. So in and out. That's a first down throw. From here, from the slot where the ball ends up going, we're going to run almost like an inside fade, like out here. So we've got 2 good first down throws. Now, for my money, this is a pretty good anticipation throw. The accuracy lets him down. It's a little inside as opposed to out on the sideline. I think he could help himself by being lined up at the back. So instead of hitting his feet and being lined up down the middle, when you hit the back of the drop, be ready to throw this, because this is almost guaranteed to be 1, and this would be 2. Be lined up. Have your feet lined up where you want to throw it. And to the left, you almost have to like open up a little bit more. So when you're not lined up, the ball kind of feels like it stays inside on you when you're working to your left as a right-hand passer. So to me, he's not lined up. You can see, again, the anticipation. Pause this thing right at the top. Separates right there. You can see the receiver at the bottom of the 40. He's not out of the break yet, right? That's great anticipation. The ball location is just not exactly where he wants quite yet. So we've seen now multiple times with the anticipation, which I think is great to show. Now, footwork-wise, you can see here, watch his feet. See how they're lined up down the hash? Okay, now just get over to the left. Get here at the top of your drop so that you don't feel like you're good over there, and now you're opening to the left. You're not quite lined up, and the ball stays inside. You can see if you put that ball out on the sideline where he'd want to, it'd probably be a better throw, probably a hookup and a first down. Instead, he's close. He's not lined up. He's a tick late. Next one here, 3rd and 6. This is a beautiful wrap into the number 1 at the bottom. Just a really nice job, an outstanding base from Jordan Love here, driving this thing. Now, this thing is wide-ass open in the middle of the field. Okay, we'll talk about how we get there. But I love the footwork. Boom, look at that base. All his cleats in the ground. You can see the torque that he's throwing with from his hip there, ripping that thing. Now, design-wise here, what this play is what I'm used to calling a wrap in. So up, and we're into this space. It's usually paired with what I'm used to calling a pivot or gather hitch. And the reason it's called that is because you want this thing, you want someone driving on this, coming up, gathering that defender. So then it opens up this window behind it. Okay, right here with out of a 3 receiver side, it's probably run with some sort of clear. So it's almost like the best of dagger and wrap in together. Now, concept-wise here, this is not DB school or defensive school, but this looks to me and almost plays out like what I'm used to calling palms-ish. So almost like middle field open with these kind of like loose trap corners. Okay, palms is not the easiest coverage in the world to throw against, in my opinion. But when you do it with like what I'm going to call palms match, so it looks like these interior linebacker types are matching with like man coverage. So it's like half palms, half match. So when you do that and someone matches to the middle of the field, and then the other defender matches down on the pivot gather. So we've got a match going on the guy running to the middle, and we've got a match on the pivot gather. It creates a massive void because the corner down here doesn't match. It's only the 3 interior guys. So palms match is something you don't see a lot, and you probably don't see a lot of it because of plays like this. I mean, that's way too easy on 3rd and medium. I mean, that is beyond college open. Again, Jordan Love doing a nice job taking advantage of it. I think that there were some really nice scheme calls here from LaFleur and the Packers. But again, I really just look at the way he rips this thing. So see how it's so rotational, how he doesn't have to necessarily follow through the throw. He kind of falls backwards. Almost think of like, the Favre recoil days where he rips it so hard he recoils backwards. See him go backwards with his feet. So he rotates, whoop, and then rotates back. That's a beautiful job, man. Big time hookup. Next one here, big play action opportunity. I'm going to call this post over, post to the bottom, maybe Dino to the bottom, over. And there's a few things that just want to talk through here. One is, at the end of the day, I don't think it's necessarily a terrible decision to throw this ball to the post. I don't think he throws it exactly where he wants. I think he gets a little loose at the back end, which just makes this thing sail on him a little bit. But for my money, you see this a decent amount where you will come up here and what is traditionally, we'll just call this post and over. Okay, I want to talk through each of these routes. In reality, this is a little bit more Dino-y, where you come up, sell the corner, and then come out of this thing. Now, where Jordan Love puts this ball, I think you can put this ball anywhere over here and allow the receiver to kind of carve this thing back, as opposed to the opposite way, where you put that thing over here, and now we've got to carve that thing back the other way, and it's a hell of a lot harder to come back this way. So that's the first part. I don't think he puts the ball where he wants. He probably puts it too vertical up the field. The other part about this is if we're going to get what I'm going to call a half field safety here, so he's only covering this half of the field way over the top, and say you don't like this, so say he's so far over the top that you don't think you can get that throw in here way over here, well then let's run this over with a little bit of depth, as opposed to coming so shallow. Because he runs so shallow, you almost come into the corner's kind of vision or lane, as opposed to having a little bit more feel, I would say, and feeling that half field safety so deep. Hopefully they've got enough freedom to allow this guy to kind of run to the space. And if he were to keep that up the field a little bit more, I think that's an easier throw, better hit. Now, Jordan Love doesn't get there regardless, but neither of these routes are great for me. See how that over just comes kind of flat, as opposed to if he ran that thing from like the 50 to the 20, keep it a little higher, then that corner at the bottom doesn't come into play. And again, the ball is up the hash versus across to the other numbers. So just little details part of it that you can see that were opportunities. This is a big day for Jordan Love, but we left some yardage out there. We left some big play opportunities out there. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, get even more Quarterback School content over there. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of courses available. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. We've got courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection, how to beat every single coverage, and we even have an entire offensive system available. So if you dig the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the courses. Get over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available, also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Another nice third down completion here. This time, Jordan Love, we're going to hit the motion guy up top on what I'm going to call as a crosser. Wait to clear that hook defender. Find a big, nice chunk there. That's a big time hookup on 3rd and long. To get somebody that wide open. Again, watch how we have to manipulate 49, that middle linebacker type. Look off. Whoom. Almost no lookish here from Jordan Love, right? Like look at him look at 11 on the right and see what it does to 49's eyes. So you can see the helmet stripe. Beautiful thing about a helmet stripe. He's looking right here, right? That's going to bring the linebacker type towards that play. Well, Jordan Love keeps looking over here. He keeps his helmet here, but his eyes are probably tracking right here and allow this ball to come off and almost go like no look, where he's looking this way, but the ball comes out this way. So just a really cool rep, big time hookup on 3rd and 10. This is a hell of a job, man. You see stuff like this? I mean, need to see it from the field to know for sure, but that's borderline no look. Definitely look off and shoulder effing 49. It's a beautiful rep. And again, probably taking a peek down here. No to the 1 at the bottom. Yes to the crosser. Got the in working as well. But man, the manipulation with the head and the eyes and shoulder to be able to manipulate hook defenders in your first kind of real start taking over. No. Whoom. I love it. This next one is an outstanding play design and call. This is kind of a naked keeper towards us at the bottom. Throwback screen to the back. kind of jump throwish, and it is made to order. Look at that double team at the deep down the field. Big time hookup. I mean, these are huge, massive plays. So the play design, we're going to motion away. We're going to boot away. Jordan Love's got to set his feet if he can, flip his hips, throw that thing back across. And then look at that setup. I mean, they've got 5 blockers for 3 defenders on that side of the hash. This guy had a great opportunity to score. They can't sort it out. My goodness, look at that block. Push him in out of bounds. It's actually a decent job by the Bears just not even allowing him to score because this is a great design. Again, boot away. Let those big guys sneak out there. Jordan Love does a nice job buying enough time. But man, you talk about taking advantage of the screen game. Big chunk, world-class play calling. The design element of this, move the launch point, buy enough time, the timing of when to call these types of calls, and then the execution. Take advantage. Again, check out 49, the linebacker. So the linebacker right in the left A gap. He's going to turn and robot. So he sees fake, he's roboting, go and try to hunt up an over. Well, there is no over. All the big guys are leaking out for a screen. Blocked up, and then that is beautiful. Big, massive chunk, great play call. The last incompletion I'm going to show here is just another wrap in up top. It's verse middle field open. It's going to be a tight-ish window. Certainly open NFL-wise, and I think Jordan Love can make this throw all the time. I just think it's important to show some of these reps where even though he's missing these things, so even though this is technically a miss and incompletion, I still think it shows a lot to like because he's playing on time in rhythm with a little anticipation. And so it's not it's the easiest look in the world. I really don't think it is. You catch middle field open here. So split field safeties. We're going to run again what I'm used to calling that wrap in up top. So depending on the depth of this safety, if this safety gets any sort of depth, we can put this thing in there. We're going to run it with what I'm used to calling that pivot gather right here. So whatever this kind of flat defender, hook defender decides to do right here, he can't be right. If he steps up on this gather, we wrap this thing right behind his ear, right like we do. So boom, right into this window. It just comes out a little high. And again, I don't think there's anything necessarily that jumps off the film technique mechanically wise. I think his base looks pretty good. Hit the back foot, maybe gets a little wide. But normally if you're wide, the ball will sink on you as opposed to sky mailing. But again, look at the anticipation. He throws that thing right there. You can see that pivot hook. That flat defender squeezes that pivot, and we put it right behind his ear. It's a big window. We just miss it. So there have been a few of these throws where he's playing on time with a little bit of anticipation in the precision. Just the precision, the final element, the ball location is not quite there yet. So if that makes the jump as well, because you can see here, 53 goes to 88. The ball comes right off there in time and rhythm. It's just a little off. Okay, so even having a great day, there have been multiple opportunities here where we could have been even more precise, better day. Massive touchdown pass here, 4th and 3 to Jones in the backfield, running a little Texas route, angle, fan. Takes this thing to the house, pulls a Bo Jackson right into the tunnel. You hope he's all right. Certainly looks like his hamstring was biting him a little bit there. But man, I mean, this again, beautiful play call. Love the aggressiveness going for it on 4th and 3 here. That's some awesome receiving out of the backfield to be able to take that thing to the house on a 4th and 3 opportunity. You hope he's all right health-wise. But I mean, that's just putting dude in a blender. I mean, you catch linebacker type here who's kind of guessing what's going on, where we're going with the ball. Coming out here, what I'm used to calling a Texas or a fan route or an angle. Linebacker type in space, probably oversets, like potentially he probably thinks he's going to the flat here. So you think you're going to the flat, you got to get out there. No. He puts his foot in the ground and comes back across your face. And then we don't get any help with anybody else getting to the ball, rally to the ball for a tackle, and we're to the house. Got man coverage everywhere else. Safety can't make the play. We're running away from people. Pretty awesome. Again, quarterback-wise, Jordan Love puts it right where it needs to be, big down and distance. But, I mean, we're throwing that ball, 10-ish yards. Aaron Jones doing the rest of it. Again, really nice throw. Right up on him. Great weight to that ball. Touch right on him. Allows that yak to happen. And that thing is to the house. Massive play. 3rd and 8 here for probably one of my favorite design plays all day for the Packers. Up top, that little short motion, we're going to run a sail. So beautiful job here to be able to kind of essentially do the slalom technique up top, where you're going to make those DBs kind of have to deal with the motion and then switch release it back out. Again, Jordan Love, I personally think going to the left could be more polished with his footwork. It doesn't matter here because the guy's wide ass open. But design-wise, what am I talking about when I say my favorite rep of the day? We do short motion. Okay? It's going to be paired with what is normally just like a normal scissors. So if this was true scissors, we go post, corner. That's kind of what it is. But when we get to it from a stacked formation here with this little short motion, they switch here. So this becomes the new number 1. So we're getting the big post here. And then we're going to get the sail from the new number 2 now coming in short motion. So he comes out, then he comes back out. And it just puts the flat defender underneath coverage in a blender, and we're able to take advantage of it. Watch that release, switch again. Really nice job. Footwork-wise here, I think he could be lined up to his left a little bit. He's better. And then heel click. So not dramatic, and it doesn't matter here because he is so wide open and he puts it on him. But I do think that there's slowly starting to see something going to his left where if he was lined up, to me, his feet are lined up right down the hash. He eventually gets there, but you can see both feet come off the ground, toesy. And again, it doesn't matter, and he puts it right where it has to be. It's not going to impact every throw, but just a consistency. Next one here, beautiful call design. We probably get a little bit lucky here with the Romo bounce straight up to us, but we're going to throw tight end leak. It's wide open. I mean, you could punt it to him. He could fair catch it. Everybody's open. Fortunate to get it off. Certainly should be a touchdown more than anything else, but I think once the ball hits the ground, you're just happy to salvage the play at all. So get there with a little shift, come back with a little motion, watch the tight end inline on the right 88 come down, leak out. Again, watch the ball on the ground as well. Just bouncing around. This could easily be a bad hop. Comes right back to him. He doesn't panic. He buys enough time. Probably many throws on this day, I thought he showed great torque. Jordan Love, like kind of not being able to get his feet set or doesn't set his feet and still is able to torque the ball enough to put it right where he wants with pretty good touch. So design-wise, what leak is, and I feel like most people who watch this channel probably know, but this inline tight end, he's going to come down like he's blocking, then he's going to leak out and kind of come up a wheel the other side. Pretty popular play now for a number of years, usually paired with like some sort of over right here. And, the ball's on the ground, set your feet. And again, you could punt this thing out to that leak up the left side. Great play design. Again, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about offense coordinators having guys pop open. This is popping open at any level, let alone the NFL. Nobody on that side of the field when he lets that thing go. And again, how they get there is a little bit unique. 3-by-1, shift to 2-by-2, motion back to 3-by-1. Ball on the ground, certainly fortunate, lucky as hell. It works out though. And again, look at that throw. So again, just I think the rhythm and torque, that he plays with. If you blur your eyes just a little bit, you can see the rotational torque kind of look like 12. Again, that is outstanding play design and play calling. Last one here, touchdown pass. This looks like a PRO special. It's a run play. If he likes the matchup, he takes the fade. He throws an absolute dot. That's a hell of a catch as well. High pointing that thing. Again, I always think of these as like Aaron Rodgers specials here for touchdown passes. This is how you throw a lot of touchdown passes. You get run calls with these kind of alerts, and if you like the one-on-one, you take it. And again, I think most oftentimes it's either a slant or a fade. This little or fade or kind of back shoulder. I know I talk about it on this channel a lot. I prefer a slade, and all that is a slant or a fade, and it's kind of up to these two guys, the quarterback and the wide receiver, to kind of be on the same page or signal each other. Would you rather have a slant here? This to me is good coverage. It's just a better ball, and it's a hell of a catch as well. But man, having the freedom to do this in the run game, because you can see the run blocking unit, right? Looks like they're running duo out of like a semi bunch. But that ball is right. I mean, that is a beautiful throw. And it's a hell of a catch too. Big, strong hands, go up there and make that contested catch. Another touchdown. Pretty special to go into Soldier Field. First real start as the guy. 3 touchdown day. Let's go. So that is a wrap. Jordan Love, really nice day. I think the film shows that there were opportunities for it to be an even better day. That being said, some of the misses were some of my favorite reps because it showed anticipation. It showed a little bit of the lack of precision that maybe they've been used to in Green Bay for a long time with the accuracy. But hopefully that comes. And I think it's a great foundation to see the underlying kind of bones of he can play with anticipation. And when you couple that with some really nice play calling, some dynamic big plays as well, and then some room for improvement, it's got to feel pretty good in Green Bay right now. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.